The two types of discounts that we have are trade discount, trade discount, and cash discount. Acha, let us be clear that this cash discount, it does not mean that this is a discount on cash payment. It is simply a discount for early payment. So what's the difference between the two types of discount? Trade discount is the one which reduces the price of the good, reduces price of the good. So for example, I have something, I buy something, let's say I buy a chair of $100 at 10% trade discount. ठीक है जी. So it would mean that the price of chair itself will be reduced by 10%, and what remains I will record the entry by only that amount. So I will have chair debit 100 and bank credit 100. Sorry, chair debit 90 by the reduced amount and the bank credit by 90. Okay, discount, it doesn't get separately recorded as discount when it is trade discount. However, for the same chair, if I buy on credit, so the same chair, uh, let's just write it again. Chair worth $100 bought on credit, 10% discount if payment within 30 days, or let's say 7 days, if payment within 7 days. So how would I record this entry? First, I'll say chair debit by 100 and ABC payable credit by 100, right? And then I will say when I'm making payment within 7 days to ABC, since I'm making the whole payment and within 7 days the account will diminish by 100, but the payment that I'm making, it would be worth $90 only. Okay, because I'm availing the discount, so entry it doesn't match. It means that it's short on the credit end, so something else remains to be recorded. It would be discount received, which would be $10, and this is what cash discount is, and it gets separately recorded as discount. Trade discount, it too gets recorded, but in a different way, in such a way that it reduces the price of the good for which this trade discount applies. Okay, and cash discount, it appears separately as discounts in books of the business, and this is the cash discount. It is the cash discount which eventually it gets displayed in the, it gets presented and written and noted in the cash book, both for discount allowed and discount received. So here I've got discount received. If I were the one selling chair, obviously it would have given rise to, let's do an entry for that too. So for this was for discount received for both trade discount and cash discount. What if we were the ones selling this chair? Sorry, buying this. Right now, we have sold the chair. So yes, if we were the one, we have bought a chair. That's when we received the discounts. Now we are selling the chair. Selling chair worth $100 at 10% discount. ठीक है जी. So that would mean that bank debit, chair credit, or whatever the asset I'm selling by 90. or instead of if it's my main business, it would be bank debit, sales credit by 90. Okay. And if it were a situation of cash discount, then selling share worth $100 on credit, and 10% discount if payment within 7 days. Okay, so what I'll do is initially I'll have bank debit, sales credit, how much? 90, sorry, 100, full amount, 100 and 100. Then when that person, नहीं बैंक डेबिट तो नहीं होगा ना, it was a credit sales, so it would be ABC would be debited. ठीक है, and when ABC they make the payment, their account obviously would be credited by the whole amount since it is the full settlement. So ABC credit by 100. The amount I will receive in bank, it will be only $90. It means something, the debit side is short by 10, so this 10 will be discount allowed. And expense, as we know, when we incur an expense we debit it, so obviously the debit side, everything it matches. Yes, we are incurring an expense, expense is increasing, so we debit the expense account. So this is how we record for the two types of discounts that we have. This format, this is called writing the double entries for any transaction. So in your question paper, they might ask that this is the transaction. What's the double entry that you would pass for this transaction? Okay, so this is how we show the double entry. So the double entry, when we get to the general journal part, there we'll see these double entries more often. So the format would be that here you have the details, the slightly indented towards the left hand side, this would be the debit transactions, debit, debit, and this slightly indented towards the right, this would be the credit transactions. So all the credit transactions, they would be slightly towards the right, and all the debit transactions, they would be slightly towards the left. We write DR, I think it is Latin for debior, and there is CR, Latin for credior, but simply it is debit, this is credit. And also on the amounts end, we'll have two columns. The left hand column will be debit, the right hand column will be credit. The same way we had for trial balance, we had two columns for the amounts. Acha, one more thing, sometimes they might ask you to give double entry for something along with the narration. So what does narration mean? That after writing this double entry, right below it, I write in brackets a brief detail of what this entry is about. So for this entry, I can write uh, debtor settles account and avails discount. Okay, this is called narration. This part, this brief description. For most of your questions, I mean, it's 50-50. Half of the times you're asked not to give narration. The question specifically says that narrations are not required. And sometimes they say write narrations. This is called narration. ठीक है जी. अच्छा, we'll be using this format quite often. I mean, this would be the format for the entries that we have in the general journal. What else? What else? What else? Question है, question for cash book.